Alright, I thought it'd be interesting or useful to show how I set up lights that have the fixtures broke out into multiple modes per fixture. So you'll see what I mean here. Anyway, I've got a fixture, Quad Gem by American DJ. I have 4 of these fixtures that's going into this show, and we're going to set them up. They're set up with a separate mode, pattern and chase, and dimmer and speed. So if you look at that fixture, over here in the fixture window, you have there's 3 separate fixture modes set up for it. One that's just called mode, one that's pattern and chase. So back into this, what I've got is we have one mode, and then we have another one for pattern and chase, which is 1 channel, and then dimmer and speed, which is 2 channels. So what you're going to wind up with the fixture is you're going to have 1 channel for mode, and you're going to have 4 of these right in a row for the patterns, and then you're going to have this one, which will eat up another 2 channels. So you've got 1 plus 4, which is 5, 6, 7. It's a 7-channel fixture. So let me show you how we're going to set that up. Right here is where my next available DMX address is. However, I'm wanting to leave enough space for 4 more of these lights that I'd like to add at some point. So we're actually going to start down here on 269. We're going to drag 1 mode and put it on 369 here. And we're going to start all of these at 80 for the first fixture number. Then we're going to add 4 patterns and put that here. So that would be starting at 81. So as you'll see up here, we've got 80 through 83. And then we're going to drag a dimmer and, whoops, put that back down to just 1 channel. We're going to drag a dimmer and speed to here. So that's going to start at 84. Boom. What do we do here? Not unique. Let's see, dimmer and chase. We're going to put on here. Sorry, we're going to start that on 85. You can't use the same channel numbers. And then we're going to do the exact same thing again for for our second fixture. And we're just going to do 2 of them for right now, just to show you how this works, and then I'll offline do the other one. So we're going to do mode number 4 there, which is going to be fixture number 86. And we're going to do pattern and chase, 1, 2, 3, 4 of these right here. And that's going to start on 87. And then we're going to do the dimmer and speed for that one. Again, remembering to change it to just 1. Dimmer and speed for that one right there. And that one's going to start at let's go down here so I get it right. It's going to start at 91. I'm going to put that and starting at 91. Okay, so I'm going to then I'm going to just create a couple real quick groups to show you why we just did what we did on there. So close down that. We've got the library, and then we're going to also open up the device browser. And let me go ahead and show you the video of what's happening out there. Options, turn on our window. So we're going to turn on highlight mode. Highlight mode won't do anything for these, so never mind that. We're going to take and choose, make this a little bit bigger. Here's a mode. There's a mode. We're going to create a group called quad mode all. Save that in the library folder called quads. And then we'll do the same thing for all of the patterns. I save group, quad, pattern, all, quads, and then we'll do the same for the dimmer. It takes a little longer setting something up this way, but in the end it's worth it. Quad, dimmers, all, quads. Okay, so now if you come down here, if you take a look at our group, we have a group called quads. I had one called quad gems before, but ignore that because we're just recreating this for demonstration purposes. So now we're going to open up a program window. Put that there. So when we select, move this over so that you can see everything that's happening. So now when we select this group quad mode all, and you can select all of them now, we're going to put it all in pattern mode. So it's took both of those fixtures and put it in pattern mode. We're then going to turn around in the dimmers for all of them. See how it's selected both dimmer channels. So we can turn the dimmers up all the way. And then you can turn around and select the pattern. And you can choose which pattern we want. And you can choose pattern green. Okay, I paused it there for a second and just made a couple quick changes for clarity. We're using the quad gems here. And I've got the modes. I just changed the names to make it a little bit more sense. So what we've got now is a pattern that has them all set to green. And then like we switched them to white, it's going to do it for both fixtures. The reason we broke things out, however, is let's turn around and delete this line. And let's turn around. We've got a group called channels 1 and 3. So we're going to bring that up to channels 1 and 3. We're going to set those ones on red. And notice how we've just got two of the channels, channels 1 and channel 3, out of each of the fixtures on it. Now we're also going to drag channels 2 and 4 up here. And we're going to set channels 2 and 4. We'll set that one on white. So if you'll notice over here, there's 4 different lines. If you click on that line, notice that it says quad gem all. So all of my quad gems are selected. Channels 1 and 3 of those are set for pattern number 5, which is our pattern 5%, which is the red pattern over here, versus this one here is the white pattern. So it lets you turn around now. When I add, I can create any cues that I want and stuff along that type of lines. And then later on, when I add another 2 of these fixtures, as long as I add them to the group, they'll automatically be picked up in all my cues that use that group. And then the same with palettes. Once we use palettes, it will make a little bit more sense once we get into it. But you know, so I mean, this one here's got all of them on that mode. But if, again, let's say that we're going to turn around. Let's delete this line, and let's just do. I've only got them all set for the mode, but you can we'll create. Well, let's do that real quick. Let's come over here. We're going to create another group for mode here. We're going to call this group quad gem left. And we'll save that in the quad gems. And right now, interesting thing to note is that group, quad gem left, only has one fixture in it. Eventually, it's going to have 2 fixtures in it. It's going to also have the quad gem that's the left fixture on the other truss. But since I don't have that set in here, it's not going to be there. So now we're going to create another group. We'll save it and we'll call it quad gem right. And if you don't put a library folder, let me show you how that does. Don't put a library folder, it just creates it up here in the top of groups, and then you can just drag it down to the group you want. So it's not a big deal if you forget to set it up on things. So now we've got right and we have left. So coming back to our pattern, if we want left to be pattern mode pattern, and we want right to be pattern mode standalone, say, let's turn around and take this all modes and delete it. So you can see what it's doing now. You've got the right hand one in standalone mode, and you have this left hand one over here going ahead and you're selecting whatever patterns we want on the things. We can put that in a pattern mode, and we want it to be, you know, blues. So as we get more into generating patterns and stuff, this will start to make more sense. But that's, again, just quickly how you would set up a fixture that's composed of multiple type things. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.